Welcome to the deep dive. If you need the inside track on a complex story fast, well, you're in the right place. Today, we're digging into this fantasy epic. Picture this. A new queen, okay? Her sacred duty, kill her husband, the king.
Yeah, but it's not that simple, is it? They have to go on this, incredibly dangerous journey together first.
Exactly. So, today's mission, we're unpacking the world of Jinn Queen Alizeh and King Cyrus.
We're looking at these lethal political ties, the really intricate magic, and this theme of self-sacrificial love that just weaves through everything.
Right. Trying to get why these contracts, these bonds they have are so compelling, not just what they are.
It's about the narrative brilliance, really.
So the core conflict, Alizeh, she's this prophesied Jinn Queen, destined leader for her people.
And then there's Cyrus, king of Toulon. But he's kind of trapped. Two big contracts hanging over him.
One's a devil's bargain, really risky stuff.
Yeah.
And the other, this blood oath with Alizeh.
Which is physically agonizing for him.
And the oath basically forces her, eventually, to use a dagger on him. That's the end game it sets up.
So the big questions are, is Cyrus really the bad guy he acts like?
And can Alizeh actually fulfill her destiny, lead her people, without, losing her soul in the process?
It starts with that blood oath, the mechanics of it. It's just built on pain.
The sources call it an inescapable contract.
Yeah.
That binds them to a brutal finish.
Brutal is the word. And it's really one-sided, that brutality. It all lands on Cyrus.
Yeah, that's what grabs you. It's not just symbolic pain. It's like actual physical torture. Constant spasms, fevers, agony.
Terrible. And he can't get away from her physically because of the bond.
But he puts on this act, right? Pretending he'd rather have the physical pain than actually be near her.
It's such a defense mechanism. You can tell, reading between the lines, he's probably deeply in love with her.
But the guilt.
Oh, the guilt is overwhelming. The self-loathing about what he's dragged her into. He has to push her away emotionally.
You see it in his internal thoughts. Like when he says being near her feels like being easily killed, returned over and over to dust.
Yeah, that quote is powerful. It suggests the emotional agony of her company is way worse for him than the literal physical torture of the oath.
Which all just sort of comes to a head on their wedding day, which sounds completely absurd.
Oh, totally absurd. You'd expect this huge royal fanfare.
Right. Opulence, celebrations.
Nope. It was really solemn. Quiet ceremony, simple lunch. That's it.
And Cyrus? He refused any kind of fancy clothes or jewels, wore all black.
He even told his companions he wore it to my own funeral. Stark.
It really highlights how serious this contract was, especially the vows they took.
Yes, the vows. Administered by a diviner. That means they carry serious magical weight.
And crucially, Cyrus takes this ancient diviner pledge to protect Alizeh above everyone else.
Above his crown, his kingdom, all 15 million people in Toulon. Everything.
And that little detail becomes, well, pretty massive later on.
Absolutely critical. But wait, you mentioned something earlier. If the oath is so agonizing, and we find out he has healing magic.
Yeah, good point. Why doesn't he just, fix himself or try to break the oath? Is the pain itself doing something?
That's a great question. It seems like the pain is the mechanism. It's the lock, maybe, makes it inescapable.
Maybe it protects her somehow, too.
Possibly. And while he's locked away, suffering from this new bond, that's when the really weird stuff starts happening.
Oh, the menagerie mystery.
Right. His castle just gets overrun by animals.
It's wild, not just like a few mice. We're talking thousands of bright green locusts, bumblebees everywhere, spiders.
Hundreds of crows circling,
Yeah.
snakes slithering up the walls.
And even a snow leopard just hanging around the castle perimeter.
It's bizarre, and Hazan, one of the characters, he suspects they came looking for Cyrus.
They only showed up after he went into seclusion, and they vanished the day he came back out.
But the strangest part, the apricots.
The apricots, yes. These creatures kept leaving apricots behind, like little offerings.
Alizeh even finds a half-eaten one in his private room. What does that even mean?
So you've got this king. Looks cold, maybe cruel, but secretly, he's bound by this protective oath, suffering like hell, and apparently friends with the snow leopard who brings him fruit.
It completely flips the script on him, doesn't it? Complicates everything right away.
Yeah, it shows he's hiding so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The menagerie, the black wedding clothes, it points to deep concealment, which leads us to the magic system he's part of, the diviners.
Okay, let's shift gears. The magic. Diviners are like the gatekeepers here, right?
Pretty much. Their whole deal is service, destroying the ego, dedicating their lives to magic.
A bit like priests, but with magic.
Exactly. And within that system, healing magic. That's considered sublime. Super hard to master.
Which makes Cyrus's ability so surprising, because the sources say he was just a student, never even took his final vows.
Right. He shouldn't really be capable of high-level stuff. But then we see him, clear as day, pull poison out of Dean's dagger wound.
Effortlessly.
Effortlessly. Complex magic. Only the top diviner should be able to do that.
Okay, so that's Cyrus's magic hidden. Difficult. But then you contrast that with Alizeh.
Totally different. Her power is inherited. Innate. She's the Jinn Queen.
Marked by her clear blood, which is described as actual ice in her veins.
Yeah, makes her fireproof, immune to extreme cold. The mountains themselves, the source of magic, see her as inherently worthy.
But the blood oath starts messing with that, doesn't it?
In a subtle way, yes. While Cyrus is suffering, Alizeh starts noticing changes. She realizes she hasn't felt that freezing cold pain since they did the oath.
So the thing torturing him is somehow helping her, thawing the ice.
Seems like it. Preparing her, maybe, for the magic she's meant to claim. It's fascinating.
Speaking of innate power, Cyrus and the dragons. We have to talk about the dragons.
Oh, definitely. His connection is rare. Silent communication with animals.
But dragons, these massive, usually chained-up creatures.
They see him as their king, not their master. They serve him unchained. It's a huge deal.
And it's that power, his bond with the dragons, that lets them escape Toulon right after the wedding.
Right. They need to get to the Arya Mountains, Gomel Province, fast. Claim Alizeh's magic before enemies can stop them.
And the journey itself shows Cyrus's protective vow in action again, but secretly.
Totally hidden. While the others are sleeping, safe because of his invisible magic.
He's out there fighting off attackers. Alone.
Using his own power to shield them, taking incredible damage, breaks his back at one point.
Which he then has to magically fix in secret.
It's a massive personal cost. But because he hides it.
It just makes him look worse. Like this callous king, when really he's breaking himself to protect the people who kind of hate him.
It feeds right back into his self-image that he's this blighted soul. He thinks he has to be the villain because of the deals he made.
So they finally get near the mountains. And Alizeh starts to see the scale of what's waiting for her.
Yeah, Hazan drops this bombshell. They're not just a few rebels.
It's an army. 20,000 soldiers, 58 covert militias across Ardunia.
All waiting for her. For nearly 20 years.
Wow, that's huge pressure.
Immense. And then she meets Arya of Riel, who really embodies the sacrifice her people have made.
Arya tells her she joined the militia, hoping to serve Alizeh, right? To honor my family by giving my life to the liberation of our people.
Puts everything into perspective for Alizeh. This is who she needs to claim her power for. It gives her final choice so much weight.
Okay, so we have the king ready to be a martyr, the queen bound by duty. Let's bring in the real villain pulling the strings.
Iblees, the devil.
He set this whole thing up.
Pretty much. See, Cyrus, who never really wanted to be king, almost became a priest. He was desperate.
Trying to save Toulon from this old, bad deal the first king made with the Iblees centuries ago.
Right, so he tries to make a new deal. Iblees gives him this list of tasks. Crown himself, find magic, kill the old king, kill the diviners, marry Alizeh.
Seemed like a dark but maybe necessary path.
Cyrus thought so, but he was naive. He didn't get Iblees' real game.
Which wasn't about Toulon at all.
No, it was always about Alizeh.
Iblees was playing the long game, waiting for her to come of age.
And the masterstroke, the thing that made the trap perfect. That wedding vow Cyrus took.
The diviner vow. Okay, this is the checkmate. Let's break this down slowly because it's twisty.
Super twisty. Iblees waits until after Cyrus makes that magically binding promise to protect Alizeh above everything, even Toulon.
Then Iblees reveals the final task for Cyrus. Lead Alizeh to the heart of Arya, so Iblees can steal her magic.
And here's the trap. The impossible choice.
Option A, Cyrus does it. Leads her to the magic, knowing Iblees will harm her.
But doing that directly violates the diviner wedding vow to protect her.
And the penalty for a diviner breaking a vow like that is?
Instant death. Executed by the magic system itself. Poof.
Okay. Option B, Cyrus stops her. Prevents her from reaching the magic, protecting her physically.
But then he fails Iblees' final task, and the penalty for that is?
Iblees possesses his body and destroys all of Toulon. Kills millions.
Checkmate. No matter what Cyrus chooses, he dies. And either Alizeh loses her magic and potentially her freedom, or Toulon is wiped out.
It's terrifyingly perfect. Iblees gets Cyrus's body and gets to be near the new Jinn Queen, no matter the outcome.
And it all comes crashing down when they reach the mountains. Alizeh goes into the heart of Arya, does her trial, sees the word P-Lij appear as her power ignites.
She comes back and bam! Iblees possesses Cyrus instantly.
Right then and there. And he spills everything, admits he orchestrated it all, killing her enemies, finding the magic all for her, wants to rule with her.
Steps into Cyrus's body, ready to take over. But that's when Alizeh gets it. The light bulb moment.
She sees the full picture of Cyrus's sacrifice.
That blood oath, the wedding vow, they weren't just curses.
They were failsafe. That protective vow acted like a metaphysical chain, linking Cyrus's soul to Alizeh's safety.
Meaning, as long as Cyrus's soul was in that body.
Iblees couldn't actually harm Alizeh. Couldn't even move towards her with intent to harm without triggering the vow.
And triggering the vow means killing Cyrus's body.
Which would kill Iblees, too, since he's inside.
Oh, wow. So Cyrus willingly created this trap for the devil inside his own body.
Delivered the devil right to her, yeah. But in a prison that couldn't hurt her.
That's incredible self-sacrifice. He died not just for Toulon, but to shield Alizeh from the evil he brought into her life.
And Alizeh has to use the dagger, the one from the prophecy, but not how she expected.
She uses it on Iblees, who's wearing Cyrus's body.
Yeah.
Stabs him repeatedly.
Using her new magic to paralyze him, basically. Trapping the devil in that dying human shell.
And then she turns the tables, uses her leverage over the trapped, dying devil.
Forces Iblees into a new bargain. Release Cyrus's father, King Reza, from that original century-old contract. And spare Toulon. Don't annihilate them.
Wow, she wins. For the Jinn and for Toulon, Cyrus's people.
Victory, but at the cost of the person she loved. And that agony, that loss, that's what fully unlocks her power.
So the sacrifice is complete. Cyrus is gone, millions are saved, the devil's long game is broken.
And Alizeh's confrontation, that moment of using the dagger, it cements her transformation. Her blood changes for good. She's queen now, with immense magic.
She saved Toulon, yes, but how? Through rage, through this desperate, violent act.
Yeah, the narrative makes it clear. She didn't win through quiet strength or diplomacy. She won because she was furious and heartbroken and chose basically war in that moment.
Which sets up such an interesting future. She broke the curse, saved the kingdom, but did it through personal vengeance, standing on the wreckage of her own happiness.
Exactly. So she's queen, she has the power, but her defining moment, the quote that stands out is, "I don't need peace, I want war."
Which leaves us, and you, with this final thought, what kind of queen's Alizeh going to be now? What kind of potentially terrifying new era has she just kicked off?